everyone, welcome back to Wanderlust Books, and today I'm going to be doing a don't judge a book by its cover type of video. So for this video I asked a bunch of people on my Tumblr what kind of books they think have really good covers that were really bad and books that had really bad covers that were really good. So I have a few myself that I think are great in this category. So we're going to share those first and then we're going to get into the ones that people on Tumblr said. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Sweet Evil series. So I only own the first and second one. I really love these books, but I think the covers are so weird kind of and cheesy. So like the first one, it has just like the main characters on it, and pretty much the main characters are on all of these throughout the entire series, but I just think it looks really cheesy and it's like trying to be deep and mysterious, but I think these covers are just kind of cheesy-ish. Another one I'm talking about is the original covers for the Stephanie Perkins book. So I only have Anna and the French Kiss, and I thought these covers were really cheesy, and I really enjoyed the new covers, and I think they did a really great job with redoing the covers. And so I don't try to keep books around that I don't really enjoy that often, but this is one book that I had that I have not finished reading, but I bought somewhat recently, and that is Evil Librarian. So I thought this was an awesome cover. It was totally a cover buy. I sort of thought the premise was interesting, but I wasn't completely sure. I only got about halfway through this book and it kind of sucked. I'm not sure if I'll ever pick this up again, or maybe I'll try to finish it and see if it gets any better, but this was pretty much a cover buy and that served me wrong, so yeah. Let's dive into the Tumblr answers. Roxy, you can't be here. So the first one I have here is I am staying here, and she said, I have suggested to my best friend Angel by L.A. Weatherly like every time we go to the bookstore together, and she says it just doesn't look good. So I love this series. I think it is fantastic. I own all three of the books. And I personally like the covers, but I have been in the bookstore before and people have seen this and been like, ugh. And so this is the first one. And it has the main character on it and she's flying because she's an angel. And it is kind of bad looking, but I like them actually as they go on. And so this is the second one, and I think it does get better. And then I think the third one's pretty cute. I really enjoyed these covers pretty much, and I really enjoyed the spines the most. They look really cool together. I think they look really cute together on the bookshelf with these spines. Fantastic. And I really like how they embroidered that into the front cover, but I can see how the main character on the front looks cheesy and weird looking. So I felt 50-50 on that answer. So Nasha Watts writes, I've never been fond of any of the covers of Catching in the Rye, but I do love that book. I love this cover of the Catching in the Rye. I love this book also. I had this cover on my desktop for like a year, and I just personally really like it, but I can't see how people would not like this cover. I think it's really interesting and abstract though. Tarnish Blue and Bronze says, I really hate The Hobbit and it's such a boring book, but it has some of the most beautiful covers. I love The Hobbit. It is one of my favorite books, but it can be boring to some people. The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit is not for everyone. I know that. But I would have to agree, The Hobbit has very beautiful covers. I mostly like this one, which is the map on it, and then I like this one, which is the collector's edition that came out a few years ago. I love The Hobbit covers. There are a few that are really bad, but I think The Hobbit is one of the books that has really great covers. The Angels Have the Bookshelf said, The Gone series by Michael Grant. I love the books, but the old US covers don't do them justice. So I have only read the first book in the series, but I do own all of them except the last one that came out last year or a few years ago, and this is the first cover that is original. I think they are pretty cheesy looking, but they're not the worst covers out there. I've seen way worse covers than this, so I would not have to say that this would really throw me off of this book, because I did read it in high school and I did like it, but I just haven't gotten around to the other ones that I own. But I can see how this cover is really bad. I do know that there's other covers, like the UK covers are pretty cool looking. They're very silhouette-y. So I think it would be really cool to have a different kind of cover, but I mean all the books are already done and all the covers look pretty much like this. It Will Just Be on the Other Story Someday said, I really like A Great and Terrible Beauty cover, but I dislike the book. I don't know what book this is, but I'll put it here and I'll let you know if I enjoyed it or not. The Cat Lady said, my edition of The Great Gatsby is so ugly, I'm considering selling it or donating it to buy another copy. That's pretty funny. I haven't seen The Great Gatsby cover in Porker Cheese, but I'll put it right here, and you guys can decide yourselves if you like it. That one reader says, the original Lux covers are so cheesy, but the books are my favorite. Also, White Hawk Kissed by Jennifer L. Armentrout has issues with the cover. I have to agree with this. I think Jennifer L. Armentrout is an amazing author. If you haven't checked out, you should definitely read literally like all her series. They are fantastic. I'll read anything by Jennifer L. Armentrout, but her covers are so bad. Like, she needs to get new designers, or she needs to try to at least put some more effort into the covers. I have never seen someone who's really enjoyed one of her covers. I think her newest book, Wicked, has a really cool cover, but the Lux series and the White Kiss series right now are really bad. And I also think that the Lux series redones are pretty bad too, but they're a little bit better. And I really don't like the glimmer to them though. It's kind of it's too harsh on my eyes. Super Bibiful says, the Shatter Me trilogy has some of the most beautiful covers I've ever seen, and I want them, but I hated those books. So I would have to agree alone that the Shatter Me covers are beautiful. So here's Shatter Me, and here's Unravel Me, and Ignite Me, and then I even have Unite Me. I loved this series so much. And I'm very sad that the Shatter Me first one is not in hardcover, and I think it should be, because everyone wants it in hardcover. It's somewhat of a hit and miss with some people. I know Juliet would probably really annoy a lot of other readers, but I generally loved these series, but I can see where you're coming from. So I had a lot of the same answer come up very frequently, and I will put them all right here. So a lot of people said that they do not like the Vampire Academy series covers, and I think the original ones are really bad looking. I also don't even really like the movie remake ones. I think they're kind of all the same and kind of boring. They just changed up the colors. Amy White XO says, I don't particularly love the Vampire Academy covers pre-movie. They're a little on the tacky side. I don't think they fit the books, but I love the books so much. Another one was the Bloodlines that came up a lot. I think these covers are also really cheesy. I think that they need to rethink a lot of the covers that came out, but they're pretty much, the last book just came out like last month, so it's kind of hard to redo like 7 books or something like that. K-Hibbs Water says, the Vampire Academy and the Bloodlines, amazing book, terrible covers. Lead Mistraley Little Fairy said, I love the Vampire Academy / Bloodlines and the Mortal Instruments, but they all have awful covers. So another one I got a lot was the Immortal Instruments / the City of Bones series. And I would have to agree with that also. I do not think that those covers look really great. I think they kind of worked near the end to all match, but I didn't really like them at all. I do own the Clockwork books right here. I think those ones look pretty great. I do own the Infernal Devices series, and I think these covers are pretty cool. They're really shiny and they have like pretty cool aspects on them. I haven't read them yet, so I can't tell you how the quality is, but I do think these covers are really cool looking. So that's pretty much everything I have for this video. If you have any books that you would like to say or add in this conversation, please leave them in the comments below. What I want to know is, what kind of books have you read that have really great covers but really bad quality inside, or some really bad covers that have amazing quality inside? And I would love to know, because I think it's really funny and interesting to learn. I did really enjoy talking to all my Tumblr users about what they think. And if you would like, I do have more Tumblr followers than Twitter, so I do usually go to them more often. So if you'd like to follow me on Tumblr, in the description below, or if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'll also have that in the description, so we can also converse over there, and possibly I can do a Twitter ask instead of a Tumblr. So thanks for watching, bye!